In just 8 minutes, uncover the most revealing moments from Joe Rogan's explosive conversation with Guy Fieri. From the shocking truth about vegan food to what's quietly killing your family and the TV deal he boldly said no to, this video breaks down 10 unmissable takeaways covering food, fame, health, AI, nostalgia, and the side of Guy Fieri you've never seen before. Takeaway 1. Starting from humble beginnings. Guy Fieri didn't come from a fancy background or a wealthy family. He started working in restaurants as a teenager and even sold pretzels from a cart when he was just 10 years old. At 16, he went to France as an exchange student, which opened his eyes to food and culture. After returning, he worked his way through junior college, later earned a degree from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and eventually opened his own restaurant. His TV journey began when his friends pushed him to send a demo tape to Food Network star, which he did for fun. To his surprise, he won. He says, "I wasn't supposed to be the guy that made it," showing that self-belief and taking chances matter. For example, when filming the demo tape for Food Network star, he cooked while talking fast, cracking jokes, and flipping pans, which felt natural to him but looked wild to others. That style helped him stand out. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2. Creating success without culinary school. Guy Fieri never went to culinary school, and he's proud of it. He believes passion, hard work, and curiosity matter more than formal education in becoming a great chef. Many of the chefs he respects the most are self-taught, learning from family, experience, and years in the kitchen. He explains that when you work every job in a restaurant, from dishwasher to cook, you learn how everything runs. He also values failure as part of the learning process. For example, he mentions that most of the cooks featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives have no fancy degrees, but they make better food than many chefs in big restaurants because they care about every plate. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3, staying true to your style. Early in his TV career, Guy turned down shows that didn't match his personality. One pitch was about testing kitchen gadgets, but he rejected it, saying, "If you can't slice an avocado, don't eat it." He didn't want a fake interest in something that felt empty. Instead, he waited for a show that reflected his real energy and interests. That show turned out to be diners, drive-ins, and dives, where he could travel, talk to real people, and eat real food. For example, he once pitched a show that was just him going cross-country in his Camaro, stopping at roadside diners. The producers liked it, and that simple idea became a massive hit. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4. Food is more than just fuel. Guy believes food is about more than just eating. It connects people, holds cultural value, and can even impact mental and physical health. He remembers his time in France where meals were shared, not rushed, and ingredients were fresh. He says that the food in Europe felt more alive because it was less processed and cooked with care. In his view, food brings families together and helps communities thrive. For example, he described a school lunch in France where kids sit at tables, eat real bread, and drink water out of glass instead of gulping sugary drinks from plastic cups. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5. Why processed food is killing us. Guy and Joe discussed how processed food is making people sick. Guy has lost friends and family to cancer, and he strongly feels that food choices play a big part. He says that processed food is full of chemicals and additives that the human body was never meant to handle. He compared it to the tobacco industry, saying food companies know how to hook people with flavor and sugar, just like cigarettes did with nicotine. For example, he explained how some snacks are designed to melt quickly in the mouth, so the brain doesn't register fullness, causing people to eat more than they need. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6. The problem with vegan preaching. Both Guy and Joe agree that people should eat what they like without pushing it on others. They enjoy good vegan food but dislike the moral superiority some vegans show. Guy said he respects vegan choices, but doesn't like when someone lectures others about it. He believes in respecting different paths. For example, he talked about visiting a vegan restaurant in Austin where the chef didn't talk about being vegan at all. Instead, they just served great food. Guy loved it and said even meat lovers go there regularly because the food speaks for itself. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Social media is poisoning minds. They had a strong conversation about how social media spreads negativity. Guy pointed out that many people now care more about likes and comments than real conversations. Joe added that outrage is what gets attention online, so platforms push anger and controversy. Guy says he tells restaurant owners not to worry about online reviews from anonymous users because most of them wouldn't dare say those things in person. For example, he shared a story about a chef who was upset over a 1-star review, and Guy told him to stop letting strangers rent space in his head. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. The dangers of AI and deepfakes. Joe and Guy discussed how artificial intelligence is moving faster than people can understand. Joe explained how scammers now use AI to copy voices and trick people. Guy was shocked to hear there's an AI-generated podcast of Joe interviewing Steve Jobs, which never actually happened. They both agreed that these tools could cause serious harm if misused. For example, they mentioned how someone could copy your child's voice and call you pretending they're in danger, just to steal money. This shows how scary and real the threat is becoming. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Muscle cars and cultural soul. Guy and Joe shared their love for old American muscle cars, saying those cars had personality and spirit, unlike many new models today. Guy said he enjoys driving old cars not just for the looks, but for the way they make you feel. It's a deeper connection, like the car has a soul. Joe added that new cars feel like computers on wheels, which kills the joy. For example, Guy talked about restoring a 1968 Camaro by keeping its classic look but swapping in a modern engine, so it drives like a dream while still feeling like a piece of history. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Cold plunges and real health habits. To stay sharp and feel good, Guy added cold plunges to his daily routine. Joe inspired him to try it, and although it's painful at first, Guy says it resets his brain and gives him energy. He even started using an old livestock trough filled with ice before getting a proper plunge tub. Now it's a key part of his day. He said he listens to old Paul Harvey radio shows while freezing in the tub to distract himself. For example, he explained that even on busy days, he takes a few minutes to do it because it makes everything else feel easier afterward. Here is an introduction about Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri is an award-winning restaurateur, best-selling author, and television personality known for his bold style and love of classic American food. He rose to fame as the host of diners, drive-ins, and dives, and has since become one of the most recognizable faces on the Food Network. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.